Hi and welcome back to Jay's Toy Collection UK. And today you find a flabbergasted Jay's Toy Collection UK because we have some massive Marvel Legends breaking news. I was literally just about to film a completely different news video, and then Dragon Man, like an RKO, came out of nowhere. So before we get into it, if you could hit that like button, leave your thoughts on this Marvel Legends Dragon Man pre-order in the comments below. Will you be picking him up? Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and of course tickle that notification bell for when any more action figure breaking news videos go live. Well, I was not expecting this today. I was queuing up a separate video, as I said. I was going to put in there a tease that Ryan Ting had put out earlier today about Dragon Man, which I assumed was going to launch this Friday, the 13th, for Hasbro PulseCon. But no, it literally is 6 p.m. here in the UK, and I've got an email from Hasbro saying Dragon Man is now up for pre-order. And what is absolutely really done me backwards is the price on this thing. So let's jump over and can you believe it? Look at that. There is Dragon Man, $86.99. So I want your honest answers in the chat. What price did you think Dragon Man was going to be? Because I can't imagine there's a lot of us out there that thought it would be $86.99. In dollars, I do believe this works out to $84.99. So we had a bit of a UK addition added on it. But for once, I'm not mad because this thing is less than £100, people. Now, if you've heard me on these streams before, if you heard me on Dan Who's channel as well with my price estimation on Dragon Man, I was convinced this was going to be at least £150. I was going for 149.99, so a bit cheaper than the Giant Man we had last year. But because this is replacing for this year at least the Haslab concept, I thought they're going to get that price point up. So I am utterly sat here in shock. This is my initial live reaction to the fact this is $86.99, which, to be honest, for a figure of this size, I think it's a bloody bargain. So I have already, the first thing I did was pre-order this thing, even though there's no rush. You have got till the 17th of October, I do believe. So you've got just over a month as a pre-order window. I'm assuming it's about a 45-day pre-order window, the same as a Haslab would have been. But yeah, what do you think? Get in those comments. We'll take a closer look at the images in a second. But the first thing I want to read is from the product description, because my main question is before this was launching, is a Haslab would charge you at the end of the campaign. So I was like, well, is this just a Haslab in disguise? Because I was hearing that, yeah, they're going to charge you at the end of this campaign. Well, it's just a Haslab without the name Haslab. There's no real difference apart from them not showing you the counter of how many orders they've had. But to my surprise and to my delight, they will not be charging you on the 17th of October. It says here in the product description, I will read it verbatim. Expected availability date may be subject to change. Items may arrive earlier or later than anticipated without notice. Payment will be collected once item is ready for delivery. Pre-order by the 17th of October 2024. So we do have to the 17th of October, but they're not going to charge you on that date. So as any standard pre-order would be through Hasbro, you won't get charged until Dragon Man is ready to ship. Now, it says here the pre-order item will be available to ship on approximately the 31st of May, 2025. So we've got, what have we got now then? We've got about 8 months or so to wait until we should see Dragon Man. Okay, some things on Pulse do end up early. Some do get delayed. So we'll see if May holds forth. But, well, that's earlier than I thought. I thought it might be a whole year. Like a Haslab is usually a year to 18 months until they actually get the shipping with you. So a quicker turnaround on this one. And a hell of a cheaper price point, at least than I was expecting. And maybe some people still down there mad in the comments that this is more than you thought it was going to be. But this is way less than I was anticipating. And hopefully, if this does sell well, which I'm honestly think it will at that price, this will open the door to other characters out there within this size and scale. So bigger than the Bath, but smaller than a Haslab that we can add to the collections. So hopefully that does become a thing. So again, get in that comment section. Let me know what you'd like to see for this new sort of made to order pre-order is. So you do have to pre-order them within this window, they are saying. Whether they will change that in the future, I don't know. But that is what they're saying for now. You only have to the 17th of October. So if you don't pre-order by the 17th of October, then you won't be able to get a Dragon Man, at least for retail price. But again, you don't have to be charged. You've only got not a month to save up. You've got effectively 8 months to save up for this one if it was something you needed to save up for. So that's good. And I'm assuming, like any other pre-order, even after that date, you can cancel the order if you do change your mind. But of course, it is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. And I suppose you better get into some of these images there, because I've to be quite honest with you, I've only seen this first image. I've not even scrolled down the page. I was going to do a breaking news video on McFarlane showing a classic Joker. The Sky Striker does finish tonight, so if you are into the Haslab, that does finish later on this evening. But that's we've changed topic. We're doing this completely on the fly, so it's good to be back here on YouTube. As I say, if you haven't seen This Week in Toys, do head to the live stream tab. Friday night, I was back to live streaming the longest live stream on the channel of all time in terms of toy live streams, 2 hours and 36 minutes, catching up on the last 6 weeks of toy news. But I'm back in the game and had a good time, it seems. So there is the expandable wings. Would he come with more wings? We will find. Was talk of a potential foldable wings on the character. As we go through, let's have a look at the product description then. So 10 inches tall, designed out, of course, at the 6-inch scale for Marvel Legend. Figure stands 10 inches tall, or 25 centimeters, 17.5 inches wide, so 44 centimeters, nearly half a meter wide on your full wingspan, and a fully posable 10 inches. My goodness. So 25 centimeter tail. I can't see anything about extra wings here. So let's have a look. Comic inspired accessories include 6 accessories, including 2. Oh, yes, they are there. So including 2 alternate closed wings, 2 hands, a pair of glasses, and a Future Foundation book accessory. So let's go through some of these images. I'm sure we will see them then. So there is the back of Dragon Man, fully done in purple. Hopefully there's a bit of shading actually on him there. I don't like the new format of Pulse's website. It's not particularly easy to navigate, but we can get a full screen there. And yes, there does seem to be paint shading on the back of the purple wings. They've not just left them plain there. You've got a black wash at least on the tail. So it doesn't, I assume it's not actually bendy wire then. That looks like more, it's segmented. Is that going to be a segmented tail rather than the bendy tail? It just says fully posable tail. So I'm thinking maybe that isn't actually bendy wire. That is like a fully segmented segment. Can I actually skip to the next image in this full screen? I cannot. So I'm going to have to click out of there. We are learning on the fly here with the new Pulse website. Let's get that one back up to a full screen. There he is. And so there is your fully closed wing. You've got a little diddy pair of glasses. They're quite cute, aren't they? Nice pair of glasses on your Dragon Man. There is a dragon in trunks. Who does not want a dragon in trunks? You can see the cut there for the articulation at the thigh cut. Of course, you're going to be fully pinless, aren't we? Yeah, fully pinless, brand new sculpt. I assume it's going to be double jointed knees, double jointed arms. It appears to be. You might not get a lot out of the arms there. He's going to be a chunky boy, isn't he? So digital render. So you've got your folded wings to take up a little bit less shelf space if you require it. Oh, it's going to be good. I have never had the original Dragon Man, so we've not technically had a Marvel Legends Dragon Man. We've had one of the adjacent sort of Fantastic Four classics, whatever they called the line, when I was growing up about 20 years ago. And Dragon Man was in that, but he's a massive grail for people out there because that figure went in excess of £300 on eBay. I know AliExpress is a sort of KO version for a while, but I never picked that one up. So I've never even set my eyes on a Dragon Man. I've not seen one in person. So to finally get a character, as I say, I think this is going to sell very, very well. And I'm just still shocked at the price. Maybe they've got me conditioned to expect. Well, I think they have. I think they've got me conditioned to expect a high price. So I'm pleasantly surprised that that's not even £100. Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm a happy collector today, it seems. So there's a little Future Foundation book that he's reading. And you've got his sort of reading hands. They remind me of the grippy hands that Beast had when he came with a book to read there. So that's that image there. Any more? Yeah, we've got a bit of a flying pose there. So that's what you can get out of him. Again, he's probably not going to be the greatest articulated figure in terms of posability, but I'm a man that's started collecting McFarlane statues this week of Marvel, so articulation not the highest thing on my priority list, but you can see you can definitely get some poses out of the tail there. I think I was going to stand him on the shelf, but I'm thinking actually might be in an actual flying pose if that's something I can achieve. So we've got a comparison shot there to Reed Richards then. So to Mr. Fantastic, so you can see the difference of a 6-inch scale figure as opposed to this over 10-inch figure of Dragon Man. He's, as I said, a beefy boy. Again, you can see the paint shading there. So he's looking good so far, isn't he? And there's the full layout then. So that's what you're going to get. The outstretched rings in the orange deco Then you've got just the folded pieces in the purple. I could probably do with adding a bit of maybe a bit of orange in there, just for consistency between the two, because even though they are folded, you can still see a bit of the wing that is orange there. And of course, and yes, I'm not exactly up on my Dragon Man reading. Maybe there are alternate versions of those wings within the comic book art, and that's why they give you two slightly different colors there in the wings. And then my media cannot support that bottom image there, so it might have been a little video, but it's certainly refusing to play for me. So that seems to be all the images then. So $86.99 in the UK, $84.99 in the US. Pre-orders for the 31st of May, and you've got to the 17th of October to slap your pre-orders in on this Dragon Man. So again, in those comments section below, are you purchasing Dragon Man? Are you very surprised it's gone up today? So if they're showing Dragon Man today, what are we going to get at PulseCon? We're expecting to see Secret Wars. So stay tuned to the channel for coverage of Hasbro PulseCon, because this Friday night I will have some coverage. As soon as PulseCon's finished, we will have some coverage on the channel of what was shown. Of course, the Marvel Legends, the G.I. Joe, and all sorts of good things. So I think we'll leave it there for Dragon Man. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Jay. This has been a very overexcited Jay's Toy Collection UK. So stay tuned. I will, of course, see you on the next video.